Has Erdogan flexed Turkey's growing missile power before putting rival Netanyahu directly on notice? Is Turkey's war-ready Tayfun Block-3 emerging just as the strategic rivalry between Ankara and Israel intensifies? Is the indigenous Tayfun Block-3 long-range ballistic missile becoming Israel's next strategic nightmare? As the Tayfun Block-3 enters combat readiness, is Erdogan sending a chilling warning straight to Netanyahu?
We are closely monitoring the Israeli administration's provocations aimed at undermining the agreement. The murderer cadre of Zionists, which ties its political survival to the continuation of conflicts in the region, is not leaving Lebanon and Syria alone.
NATO member Turkey showcased its newest ballistic missile capability as tensions with Israel continue to intensify across the region. Turkey's Tayfun Block-3 ballistic missile has now been declared ready for operational deployment on the modern battlefield. The Tayfun Block-3 successfully struck its designated target during a high-profile test launch over the Black Sea. Developed by Turkish defense giant Roketsan, the successful trial marked a historic first for a Turkish ballistic missile program. The missile reportedly used a live warhead to destroy an unmanned surface vessel maneuvering at sea during the test. The Tayfun Block-3 is the first Turkish ballistic missile to be equipped with an advanced seeker-equipped terminal warhead. Tayfun Block-3 key features: type, long-range ballistic missile. Strike capability, designed to accurately engage moving maritime targets. Combat test, successfully destroyed a moving unmanned surface vessel in the Black Sea. Speed, reaches hypersonic velocity during its terminal attack phase. Seeker head, features an advanced terminal guidance and target tracking system. Precision, demonstrated direct hit capability with near-surgical accuracy. Target profile, capable of engaging small, fast-moving surface vessels. Warhead, successfully validated using a live warhead during testing. EW resistance, built with strong resistance against GPS jamming and electronic warfare. Operational readiness, designed for rapid launch and quick battlefield redeployment. All-weather capability, engineered to operate effectively in both day and night conditions. Turkey's defense industries chief claimed the Tayfun Block-3 will significantly strengthen the country's strategic deterrence capabilities. The president of Turkey's defense industry said, and I quote, "The Tayfun missile's Block-3 version, developed with national resources, once again proved its field success by accurately striking a moving target in a test launch that advances our long-range precision strike capability even further. Our Tayfun missile will make significant contributions to our security architecture as one of our strategic capabilities that strengthens our country's deterrence. On behalf of all stakeholders in our ecosystem, I extend my gratitude to our president, Mr. Recep Tayyip Erdogan, who has historically played a pivotal role in bringing our defense industry to these days with his strong leadership and unwavering support. I congratulate the entire Roketsan family first and foremost, as well as all our subcontractors, engineers, technicians, and colleagues at SSB who contributed to this success." End quote. Meanwhile, Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan delivered a pointed message to Israel during remarks made on July 4th. The Turkish leader made the statement following a high-level meeting with U.S. ally Pakistan in Istanbul.
The whole world has breathed a sigh of relief thanks to the calm brought about by the Islamabad agreement. News in the international press in recent days reveals the difficulties faced during the negotiation process. I congratulate once again my dear brother Prime Minister Sharif and our Pakistani brothers for their great efforts in achieving this result. We are closely monitoring the Israeli administration's provocations aimed at undermining the agreement. The murderer cadre of Zionists, which ties its political survival to the continuation of conflicts in the region, is not leaving Lebanon and Syria alone. Israeli occupation forces is also continuing their inhumane and unlawful attacks against the oppressed in Gaza.
A New York Times report also alleged that Israel had planned to assassinate Iranian negotiators during the recent crisis. Amid intense post-war tensions, Israel has entered a public clash with the New York Times over a report alleging an Israeli plot against Iranian officials, turning media scrutiny into a diplomatic fight. On July 3rd, Israel flatly rejected a New York Times report that claimed it had targeted Iranian nuclear negotiators, insisting the allegations were baseless and misleading. The Prime Minister's office went further, branding the article fake news and a complete fabrication, accusing the paper of spreading a dangerous and false story. The dispute erupted after the New York Times published claims from current and former U.S. officials, who said Washington had picked up signs of possible Israeli assassination plans. According to the report, Washington even warned Tehran about possible Israeli assassination plots, a move that, if true, would mark a rare moment of quiet coordination with Iran. In response, the New York Times said it stands by this fact-based reporting, stressing that its story was built on interviews with multiple officials who knew of the alleged warnings. All this is playing out while Iran's intelligence ministry has openly vowed to avenge Ali Khamenei's killing, promising that retribution will come at a time of its own choosing. Tehran has directly blamed both the United States and Israel for Khamenei's assassination, casting them as the architects of the attack in its official statements. Iran's intelligence ministry has declared that only revenge can heal the wounds of the Iranian people, framing any future action as a necessary response rather than aggression. Iran has pledged retaliation against everyone it holds responsible for Khamenei's death, leaving open how, when and where it might choose to strike back. Iranian Parliament Speaker Mohammad Bagher Ghalibaf was allegedly an Israeli target, according to a report by the New York Times. According to the New York Times, security concerns intensified during the Iranian delegation's April visit to Pakistan. Mohammad Bagher Ghalibaf was scheduled to meet U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance during the visit to Islamabad. Pakistani fighter jets reportedly escorted the Iranian delegation's aircraft because of heightened security concerns. During the return flight, Israeli fighter jets reportedly entered Iranian airspace near the Iraqi border, according to the New York Times. The report said Iranian intelligence warned Ghalibaf's aircraft about a possible Israeli attack while it was still in the air. The New York Times reported the aircraft diverted to Mashhad, after which Ghalibaf reportedly traveled onward to Tehran by road. Mohammad Bagher Ghalibaf's senior advisor, Mahdi Mohammadi, later confirmed the account in a post on social media. According to the New York Times, U.S. officials were also concerned that Israel could target Iran's senior negotiators. The report said Washington urged Israel to refrain from targeting Iran's parliament speaker during the sensitive diplomatic period. U.S. officials reportedly feared that any assassination could derail peace negotiations and trigger a renewed regional conflict. The report added that Israel remained skeptical that any U.S.-Iran agreement would fully achieve its stated wartime objectives. Amid mass mourning in Iran, Mojtaba Khamenei may now skip his own father's funeral, with officials saying security concerns outweigh the symbolism of a public appearance. On July 2, Dr. Abdul Majid Hakim Elahi indicated that Mojtaba is unlikely to attend the main funeral ceremonies, preparing Iranians for an empty front row. Ali Khamenei's funeral rites will begin on July 4, with the body later carried to Mashhad for burial on July 9, in a tightly choreographed week of national grief. Elahi says it is security concerns that are keeping Mojtaba Khamenei from appearing in public, hinting that protection teams have vetoed his wish to face the crowds. His remarks come directly after fresh Israeli threats against Iran's new supreme leader, tying Mojtaba's absence to explicit talk of targeting him personally. Abdul Majid Hakim Elahi said, and I quote, "He wants to come out. He wants to meet people. But the security doesn't allow him. They said it is very dangerous, and we cannot provide security for him. I think he will not come out." Unquote. Earlier, Israel's defense minister Israel Katz declared that Mojtaba Khamenei was marked for death, a rare and blunt threat directed at Iran's top leadership. In return, Iran has warned that any further threats or attempts against its leaders will draw a direct response, treating such language as a red line in the new power struggle.